Welcome to episode 87 of my 248k modded Factorio run on a ribbon world with a little bit of a city grid and a little bit of a lab bottleneck, which is nice. We've got some chemical science building up, but we need to, it's not as stable. It's mostly only looking like that because we're lab bottlenecked. If we actually look at how many of these things, we're using we are allegedly producing 1.5k at the peak, but we're kind of not, and then we are consistently using only about 1,000 of it. We're gonna go and kind of worry about this bit in here of the times when chemical science isn't producing. And yeah, still haven't done anything about red chips. There's a couple of things to worry about first. In fact, here's let's. Why did I not have? Yeah, whatever. Why did I guess it had got the chain signal and got the lock on before I put the thing down. Anyway, as long as I get this thing in before, yeah, it's fine. Okay, things I was actually going to do first. There are a couple of things to worry about the base maybe not running particularly well. I should also repair the other one of those that's now kind of damaged, wouldn't it? Shouldn't I? The first thing being this tritium, let's put you there, and then bots can repair it. Yeah, because this tritium is now fully backed up. And the interesting situation about this is, this pump, which pumps the deuterium around the place, checks that I have more deuterium than tritium, and that obviously doesn't work if this tank is full, because this tank can't have more in it than a tank capacity. So I dropped this research user here a while ago. I don't think this is this is not the right recipe. We need to go to the protium. There's a deuterium tritium recipe somewhere. I don't know if there's anything else I want to do with tritium, but I think what we're going to do is just kind of slap that in there and then pump tritium, no, that's helium, tritium out if I have more than, say, 10,000. Because that will mean that I'll have some supply of tritium here if I want to do something with it. I don't know if I do or not. And then this one can just connect and we can just use all of it. And hopefully that means that, this tank has still got stuff in it. This tank is also full. This tank filling up and then this train filling up and then the other places not being able to empty would potentially mean that the star engines, of which we have a bunch more star engines now, these tanks here need to be able to empty so that the star engines can process. I mean, these ones are fine, it's the other ones that are a bit of an issue. So that is not even remotely addressed yet. We need to get this stuff out. How much do you make? 500 units in 100 seconds, 5 a second, but I did speed module this to building speed too, so that's 10 a second. So really we need to do something like, do I have fast inserters? I have fast inserters. I have stack inserters. We can do this with fast inserters. That looks good there, and then this can go in here, and we can do a bit of a bodge, and it'll be fine, probably. So we've now got another source of fusion data. We are now going to work through the majority of... I mean, having that much tritium around seems nice. We need that to be full, because that also powers a bunch of red chip stuff. Red chips we did not extend between episodes, that's fine. Okay, so issue number 1, tritium solved. Issue number 2 is going to be engines, because the thing that the blue science is stuck for is, sometimes engines. I think probably crystals. I mean, hopefully crystals are fine now. We did some crystal things differently last time. Is this over here? Is this one stuck for engines? Engines. Needs engines, does not have engines. Blue science build not running. So we're going to do a thing about engines, which is exciting because there's a new plan for engines. Like, the old plan was... where is it? This thing? This thing over here. Pretty normal, pretty standard, gets a bunch of iron plates, makes engines, that's fine. Oh yes, ceramics, we need to remember to get ceramics as well. But we're going to do all of this differently, and given that the engines are used mostly here and here in these two blue science builds, if I'm doing a bot build, I could put it down here. You don't need bots at all, do you? No, but you've also got... All of these guys are done? If all of these guys are done, then all of this can disappear. And then some of these... Yeah, running down the uranium is also a thing that I'm kind of wondering about. Actually, this one has to stay because it's how the acid is getting in here. But all of these running down is probably a thing to worry about because the... Where's the beacons? Beacons are over here. Beacon cores. Yeah, I need a lot of uranium to keep all the beacons running, which is pretty important because that's how we're getting more beacons to do more beacon stuff with, and we're currently kind of... I think this one only recently turned on. I think that's why that tank is not full yet. Yeah, this tank is also not full, and this guy, yeah, it's probably fine. We're going to presume that it's fine. Sulfuric acid is the next thing to worry about, after engines. But we're going to wander down here and think about doing some engines things in this kind of space between two grids. And the plan for engines is going to be... Let's get some of these guys out of the way. How much space do I need for engines? Do I probably only need one? It's probably only going to be one, isn't it? Because there's really not that many engines that need to get built. And I've also got... I've kind of got 6 beacons to play with, in a sense. We actually want to... Yeah, let's commit to getting the rest of this built, like, quickly, and this episode, like, yeah. So we're not going to give those guys... Oh, and also steel. We don't need any more steel anymore. Thank you for doing a thing. And we're also going to do all of this differently. We're going to do this with... I didn't actually check whether or not I had all the stuff I needed. Yeah, we're going to do this with star engine stuff. So we're going to get one train that will bring us the star engine iron from which we can make steel, and then we can also make gear wheels with these Gauss modules, yeah, sure. And then we probably need plates with which to make these guys pipes. But then the thing I'm thinking is, how many of these do I actually need? And yeah, 506 seconds is more than I need, which is fantastic. Because ultimately we want to, I guess we look at, we want to look at blue science, because the goal is to get to what? 3,000 of these per minute, counting productivity bonuses, which is a bit over 2,000 engines a unit. Engine units a minute. What's it? 2,000 a minute is like 3,000 a minute is 50 a second, isn't it? So we want kind of 50 of these, maybe only like slightly over 25, like 28 to 30 engines per second, which means this, yeah, one of these making steel is going to be fine. How many? Yeah, and then we're going to have engines, all of these. And so this is also going to dramatically simplify the number of trains we need to pull in, which is going to be nice. I don't know if I have logistics bots sitting around the mall at the moment. That is another thing that is kind of slowly building up. You've got only 70 of them. Oh, well, I mean, these guys are slow anyway. Let's, as a first thing, where was I? Am I using this? I don't know if I'm using this iron at all yet. Somewhere I am requesting that iron. I don't remember what for. Was it green chips? Never mind. Let's grab one of these and put this train station over here. And then this we will call... I mean, we're not doing anything else with this. We can absolutely just drag one of these trains over here now. We're going to get... that's the wrong side. That is the supply side. We want the request side. And yeah, we're getting one of these trains, and then do I actually have... Yeah, so we're going to need a lot... I mean, this is going to give us a lot of, like, fluid iron out, which is a situation I am okay with. Oh wait, I also need to Yeah, this is a thing we need to do kind of first, I guess. Tie this thing over here. These will store 200,000 each, which means this train station probably wants to run if the iron is less than, say, 200,000. I mean, that's a lot of iron, but also sure. And then all of these should more or less balance. Let's actually run this less than 250,000, so that we can get another train turning up and all of that being fine. And then I concluded that I only really needed one of each of these, didn't I? Oh wait, no, definitely one for each of these. So let's just have this guy... I mean, why not just... I mean, how many is this? It's over 100 a second, and I decided I needed only 50 a second, so this is actually fine. Things are great. Don't worry about it, and then this can go... I can't quite... I guess we can do something like that. Sure. And then, yeah, this thing here, we want the fairly standard... yeah, then we need another train station for the other stuff, but that's also fine. Yeah, we need a fairly standard pattern here. We want a stack inserter in. I think we're going to want fast inserters out. And then, yeah, we'll just throw together this pretty normal pattern again. And are we going to limit these at all? I don't think we limit these because we are not concerned about the amount of iron we have. We do want this, like, we want a way of getting all of this. We want a way of getting all of the steel out. We want a way of getting all of those gear wheels out. I guess the thing is we've only got... I mean, 3 stack inserters is going to be fine, isn't it? Because we also said that we only wanted... we also said that we wanted only 50 of these per second. So this is going to be fine. Do I actually need 2 of these? For 500, this is still... Actually, one of these is still fine, isn't it? Yeah, one of these is still fine. We can actually get rid of this whole section of stuff. We don't need as many, but this is still 1 to 1, isn't it? It is 1 iron to 1 pipe. So if I'm worried about this as a capacity issue, I should also worry about this as a capacity issue. And this is going to be fine for definitions of fine. I can get there. So all of these guys are now running, and we're just gonna fill up these things with stuff. It's gonna be fine. Let's give you a couple of speed modules, because why not? In fact, I think I'm going to need... Yeah, we're gonna need to beacon. Maybe we actually have to do a nuclear assembler thing here as well, although this one doesn't have the space to be a nuclear assembler. I could move all of... Yeah, I could move all of this down. Let's just do... Let's put it here. And then, because I think these two are going to be nuclear assemblers with the rate of stuff that we have to actually process out. But also, that's probably fine. And then, yeah, the idea of having these guys over here is now there's space. It's this one with space on the middle that I can now also request nuclear fuel if we get around to doing that. Yeah, this pattern is... So we've kind of dealt with those guys. Kind of got those guys. Haven't thought about how many of those I need, other than saying, hey, it's probably nuclear assemblers. How much were we... How many of these guys did we have? So we had... I guess it's also because they're beaconed differently. But that also doesn't matter anymore because we're getting that stuff done differently. We've got 3, 5, 5, 3... So like 10, 14, 20... Do we only have like 80 craft weight on these engines? Let's check how many engines we're making. We are making... Yeah, we're making about 700 engine units, and we concluded that we needed to be making like 2.5 times that. So... Okay, so let's grab one of these and start setting up the rest of this pattern. Are these... Is it there? Where is... Oh no, it is here, isn't it? And then the bit sticking out the bottom here is how we get, like, these things in here, like so. Yeah, this layout pattern that we've used before that we quite like. Because this is going to be the same 4 beacons that we've got in the other build, which we actually have... We have beacon space for at the moment, which is a little bit surprising, but sure. And then these guys are... Yeah, let's... I don't think that's in the place where I want. And also the requests aren't set yet, which is kind of important. Because... And then here. Yeah, because otherwise we would be pulling a bunch of things that we don't want out of the network much earlier than we actually want. And then these guys are just gonna... Yeah, I think because this is just from this iron, we have so much of this that we want, we're not even going to worry about how many of those we're making, which is going to make a lot of it. Are you guys actually... You guys get up to speed 4.25 and 3, so I am going to need more of that. I am actually going to need... let's also... Yeah, there's nothing in these yet. They're fine. Then how much extra space am I going to need? I think we're going to do the active provider thing for the ceramics. Can we get one of these guys in here and request in some ceramics? Ceramics composites is actually what those things are called. That was me not being able to fill... Yeah, find the right thing, but whatever. And I think we are going to do the... Yeah, and then over here we're going to have an engines supply, which is fine. The only thing is, I can actually put the request, yeah, the active provider chests down here while we're still in the same network, so that's going to have to change. But I think that this is basically, yeah, those chests will be actually more or less here. That doesn't really even matter. And then these request chests for engines are also just going to be over here. Because I was trying to figure out whereabouts we could put this, and it can be, by the looks of things, basically anywhere. Anywhere that we want at all. And everything will fit. In fact, these... yeah, I'm not super happy about these poles being so close, but whatever, we're not even going to worry about it. Why don't... Are these all... This is also off... Yeah, this one is fine. These ones are off by, like, 2 tiles. So we're actually going to redo... I guess we are redoing all of some annoying part of that. Never mind. Okay. Is that where that's going to go? No, because you are now off by 1. So I guess we move 1 further to the right. So you're now hitting 16, which is good, and you're also now hitting 16, and then this pattern is wide enough for all you guys to also just be doing that, which is nice. I don't think I need those ones anymore. And then these... These poles were also going to line up like so. These... Yeah, we're going to do this again. Cool. And then everything is... Oh, these guys aren't powered because these poles here don't exist. Which is fine. And then how much speed do we actually have? So I think this is... 4.25. I think this thing here ends up about the same size as what we already have, because this is... I mean, that is 24, whereas previously we did not have 24, did we? Where is... I've lost it again. It's the 3 things in a row. These 3 things in a row. We did have 20, and some of them were at... Yeah, so we actually need significantly more than this. But I think that's also fine. Why are these things not powered? How should these things be powered? I guess I should have poles here like so, is what should happen. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is, yeah, we're just going to double all of this again, because, you know, that's how this works. We just slap this in here. We've still got beacon space. Yeah, okay, so this is right on the edge of beacon space. And now we are making engines. Okay, I mean, not yet, but when we actually provide all this stuff, we will be making engines nice and fast. I think it's time to clip this off the grid. Because we need to set up these logistic requests, we need to change this roboport coverage. The thing is, we've got a lot of logistic bots. We've got a lot of construction bots floating around over here, but that's probably fine. You guys go away. And then the plan here is maybe I can scare these logistics bots over to some other part of some other network, so that when I put them back... Yeah, we've got no bots in here, so that's fine. Power grid is... Yeah, I think I need to extend power grid between episodes as well. And then this also over here doesn't quite connect to the other grid on the far side, so that's what we want. This guy can also live over here, and now we have... Yeah, we have grid coverage, which is nice. We're going to want yeah, this is going to be the having engine station. So I guess we, yeah, worry about exactly how many of these things, yeah, exactly how many... How big does this request want to be? It probably doesn't need to be huge. That's 10 stacks, and we've got 6 boxes. Yeah, worry about how many logistics spots we have in different places. I picked up some construction blocks. We also probably need more charging stations and things like that. Do I have logistics spots? No. Yeah, okay, so we can at least get this guy unpacking all his ceramic stuff, which is... Yeah, also going to be fine. And then we probably need another combinator, because we don't want to always be getting ceramics. We only want to be getting ceramics when... That's not true at all. We don't actually want to tie that to... And we don't actually need this guy either. No, we just tie the station to the roboport. And we check the logistics network ceramics. Because that's why this is set up to do what it is. This less than, say, 1,000. Which is a lot of engines, and should also turn this train station off now, which is fine. This train station is also off. These guys are pretty full. I wanted to not call... Yeah, whatever, it's fine. Yeah, so we also need to set up the engines request, which we can just do by... Yeah, let's have... let's actually go to, like, 80. Which should be fine for a lot of these things. You're special, so you can go up to 150, and you're also super special, so you get to go up to like 200 because ratios. And then, yeah, I don't even think we worry about, like, because there's no other resources that these are contesting, in the sense that if there was a module upgrades build, I would want to make sure that they weren't getting too many red chips. Actually, let's check the red chips as I say that. Let's check that these guys have red chips, and they do. And then over here, these are the beacons. Actually, these ones don't matter as much, but they almost certainly have red chips as well. No. Okay. Should we have... Should we not have one of these trains heading to some station? Okay, so where's... This one is also, yeah, we're just not quite making red chips fast enough. But that's fine. Some of these trains are, like, not entirely full, but whatever. We're just going to move that around. Yeah, whereas here we're not really worried about the nature of these buffers at all. They can just all fill up. Because we don't need to worry about whether or not we have too much iron versus not enough iron in other places or anything like that. None of that really matters at all, because we just have all of this star engine iron. throw in some roboports around here. Do I want charging stations as well? Probably. Do I have charging? I do have charging stations. Okay. Let's figure out where some charging stations can go. We also don't have the robots for this yet, but whatever. And then, yeah, so we've got the requests over here. These guys want a couple of boxes, I guess, here. And these guys all got the filter, yes. So I think if we bring this logistics bots, this just does what it needs to, which is fine. Although I think we also need, we are going to need more. We are actually going to need more pipes by a lot, because we've kind of got to make 2 pipes per 10 seconds, so the pipe craft weight needs to be 20 times? No, 1/20th. No, it's 10 times, isn't it? Because we make 2 pipes a second. So I need 10 times as much craft weight on engines as pipes, which means... How many of these do I have? 36. Yeah, I still need about 40 or so craft weight on pipes, and these guys are not 40 craft weight on pipes. I guess, okay, so let's just, like... actually, can I... If I do this with 2 stack inserters each, then I can have one of these here and one of these here. Yeah, I like... one of these is only going to get 1 stack inserters worth of stuff, but I think that's probably still fine. Are we going to have... Okay, so maybe this charging station needs to move, because if we change these to nuclear assemblers, and we're probably changing these to nuclear assemblers, then we'll also need to places to put the other stuff. Okay, let's presume that that is mostly fine, other than the fact that it doesn't have all the stuff it needs. We're going to wander to... I think it was this beacon network over here had way more logistics spots than it needed, I think. Yeah, 250 logistics spots. You've got some logistics spots you don't need. Over here, this has some number of logistics spots. Yeah, let's take these to the engines. You're probably not going to need... I mean, you've still got a ton of bots free. It's fine. The engines are also going to be over here, and they're also going to be probably fine. Yeah, and then this will be the second of the not super important things that we had to deal with. But we now have... Yeah, okay, so let's... We need to bring the nuclear assemblers over here, but this is now going to be the... This is now going to be the station that has engines. Where is... I mean, it's alphabetical. This should be easier for me. There we go. And then, how is the other engine station going, and can we just discontinue that yet? Is it... It's not that one. It's... Yeah, those are the fusion things. Over here, we are done. Okay, so we can get rid of this, and we can send this to... Yeah, when you get back, this station... I mean, you won't be coming back here because the station won't exist anymore. We're gonna just, yeah, get rid of all of this stuff. All of this is also things that I'm happy to just have in the main logistics network. So all of those can just go to active providers, and the bots will help me move this around, and then all of this, yeah, just like buy, I guess. Things that are fine, you can all go away, you can all go away. This station also doesn't need to be here. Let's not remove that crude oil supply. And then, yeah, tidying up old stations. We lost a couple of lights there. I will probably put back. In fact, we still have the lights blueprint, okay. We can put those lights and poles back, and then also put those lights and poles back. So yeah, lots of guys happy. We are low on pipes, which is not surprising at this point. And yeah, we need to... This guy is just going to be kind of happy, I guess. Who needs engines? Oh, the other blue science. Okay, so both blue sciences are currently out of engines. Oh well. But yeah, this is everything it wanted to be, kind of. Let's go and get those nuclear assemblers. What, four nuclear assemblers? And I could also Gauss module those. Am I actually capturing Gauss modules at the moment? Is a good question for the module upgrade section. Yeah, so we're now upgrading things into Gauss module 1s and then not upgrading them into Gauss module 2s. Oh wait, no, we are, because we're still requesting them. Okay. In that case, do I have construction bots over here? We've made a couple more of those modules that we want. We wanted the 2s for the beacon upgrades. 7 of these. We're nearly there. But I don't think we need module 5s for anything else yet. Where are nuclear assemblers are going to be in the fission stage, aren't they? Crushing factory. Nuclear assembling machine. I need 4 of these, I guess. Do I have... And then also, do I have... Oh yeah, I think I needed... Did I need fast inserters or anything like that? I guess we were still in the other grid when we built all of this, because we didn't break it off the grid yet, because that was reasonably clever-like. But we also need... Yeah, we need some... This pole is going to be fine, but then we're also going to need a couple more kind of basic things. Some of these, we're actually going to need the long-handed things, because I think we're going to have to jump the fuel in a pretty normal way. Yeah, we've got all of these. We're still slowly making... I'm going to take some of these speed module 3s for basically the same build. Is that everything that I needed? Probably, I think, is going to be the key. And yeah, so this is... We've done the tritium, we're getting the engines done. I wanted the nuclear assembly machines. And they will actually... Oh, interesting, they will just pick up the recipe. That's nice. Do this... I probably should have brought some nuclear fuel with me. That probably would have been a thing. In fact... A thing... Where is over here is going to be where it's going to happen, isn't it? Wait, can we... Because I was going to use a different kind of fuel for these, because I've got multiple kinds of fuel sitting around, but they actually only use uranium and thorium. That's kind of a bit of a shame. And then I guess we only have 2 module slots. Oh well. Sure. Okay. I guess we are then using the uranium fuel, because that's the option. Where can we do... We can do this over here, in a space where we have electrical cover, kind of. One of these... Are they putting things in the same place? Yeah, they are. Good. Okay, so we want nuclear fuel. This is one of the kinds that we can have. Let's request 40. Let's jump that into a box. And then let's go the other way, except instead of requesting those... Yeah, we want to request the spent fuel instead. And then this one needs to be limited. And then we should have... oh no, because we haven't set up the other requests. We've at least got that fuel in the network now. You are... What am I short on? Pipes? Oh yeah, because I took away all their fuel. Yeah, that's a good reason. That's a good reason for these guys to be unhappy about things. Let's have... This guy requests the fuel that you need, but you don't need that much. But we should, yeah, we should bring that in now, which is fine. We're going to slap that in there. We're going to be somewhat careless about this stuff. Is there... Okay. We're going to put it there because that's a place that's also covered. So we've now got a total of 28 craft speed on pipes, which is going to be enough for 280 craft speed on engines, and I have 36 making engines with speeds varying from 4 to 10, so I think that's probably enough I think we're going to call this entirely done. Is this making... I want to check whether or not this is making iron at the appropriate rate. And yeah, it does. The iron is keeping up. These guys are all fine. We're going to call that done. Engines is done. You've probably got a bunch of engines you can take to actually the same blue ships build. Blue ships, blue science. Did we actually not set... We have not set the rest of these logistics requests. That will also be why some of these guys are feeling silly. Okay, so that's all this done. We've got... let's change this to 2,000, which is enough for about 700 engines or something, isn't it? So that's all just fine. We're now making a decent number of engines. We'll come back in a while and check that that's all going fine, although I also can't imagine it not being at the moment, and we're jumping the fuel in and we're dealing with... So all of... Yeah, we're going to call that done. So engines also done. We want to check back in a short while to see that the blue science is in fact doing what it needs to. But the third thing of, hey, it's not red chips, let's do things other than red chips, even though red chips is kind of important, is I'm pretty sure... Yeah, why are you... Yeah, just being short of sulfuric acid, and these guys aren't beaconed at all. And then there was another sulfuric acid kind of overflow over here, which was just running down some tanks, which is still going, but it's also not going very fast, but it's also coming out at the rate at which rocket fuel is running. So I don't know that we can rely on that. Yeah, whereas we are over here in the old train fuel build, and we basically don't need this train fuel build anymore. There's a bunch of crystals here. Okay. Do I have... I do have light guns. Okay, good. Let's get some of these crystals out the way. Yeah, we'll just kind of get rid of some of the stuff, and then these guys will turn around. You guys get in there, that's fine. And yeah, I think most of this we're going to try and keep somewhat. Kind of. Like this... Is this the... This is kerosene separation, which is giving us the desulfurized kerosene, whereas what we really want here is the carbon-enriched kerosene separation, because this gives us more acid products. Yeah, we're going to turn this old train fuel station into something that generates a bunch more sulfuric acid, and I think also light oil, because we're going to use we're going to use this station as a thing that will also get us light oil for more rocket fuel, because we also need more of that. So we do still want a train station over here that's doing coal crushing stuff, but we also don't want these things to be... Yeah, I guess I'm picking these up myself. I guess that's what's happening. We want those ones to also just be more of this sulfur-driven stuff, because it's the one that gives us the acid variations out. So we've got a bunch of crushed coal ourselves here. We also need to get steam in here. Maybe I do just do that with solid fuel, because we currently are lacking of this steam that was coming out of a nuclear setup, but maybe we are just going backwards with that. I don't think I mind. Because we need to make, a decent amount of steam. Is this... this one was somewhat important because it actually carried that aligned. Okay, sure. So we've got... Yeah, one of these I changed. Carbon... Yeah, change all these guys. I think they need we're going to need speed modules here as well, and in fact also some beacons. So let's get, I guess this is the speed 2 beacon. This is what you guys are going to start with, I guess. Have fun there, and then I've got some speed 2 beacons, so we can have... Do I want more productivity out of this? It is a crude oil thing, so maybe... Yeah, we just want to make this thing go fast. I think maybe we probably also upgrade these to speed 3s when we get them. But also, I mean, what were these? These were also not really beaconed at all. Okay, never mind. We can go... Not quite there. Yeah, we're gonna need to pull this sulfur through as well, because all of these things are going to be sulfur driven. Yeah. So all of those are sulfur driven. We don't have the steam yet either. Do we have? Did I just crack all of it and send it all away? That sounds like a thing that could have happened. And oh no, we do actually have. Okay. We do actually have enough light oil on this train that we could restart the cracking, which is going to be kind of funny. But I think we also just... Do we care about this pattern at all? I think we... I mean... I don't think we... I think we have sulfuric acid out. I don't think we have gas out. I think we just turn that into sulfuric acid. And I think we just bring more iron in. So I think all of this... Yeah, then this... cracking here can probably also just go. Whatever. Okay, these guys, you want to go to... I wonder if there's one of these stations free. No. Okay. In that case, one of these is a science build, and then I reckon you can just hang out, like, here. And then as soon as any of these crystals request stations become active, maybe you win that race. Maybe you just block that crystals build for like quite a while and we forget about it. Oh well. This train fuel station is going to need to stay here because this train is still going to continue doing train fuel for a bit. But we don't need all of that. Did we actually get rid of... I remember Alt-D'ing. We did actually get rid of that request, so we are now allegedly building up those gas modules. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so we want... We also need... Yeah, this is also just a more steam thing again. And somehow we've cut these guys off the power grid. Okay, fine. I think we're going to have to re-plug how a lot of this stuff works, because also we need to figure out how to get... Yeah, all of these guys are... I did see these recipes, yes. Okay, so all of that stuff's coming out. We also need... Yeah. Can we do this differently? Can we do just more of this? Is the thing. Okay, we can get a little bit more. We can get a somewhat disappointing increase in the amount of stuff we're pulling out. How fast do you go? Really not that fast. Okay, how much do I need of this? 10 every 5 seconds, 2 per second? 2 crushed coal per second per craft weight? How fast do you guys go? 1 per second. So, if these... So I could actually just... Yeah, okay, let's do that differently. Let's... Because this also kind of lets me dodge. Maybe it lets me dodge. Some of these... Doesn't really, though, does it? I think the acidic water has to go somewhere else. Which is fine because it can. Maybe. Yeah, some of this acidic water is... Actually, this one here is going to be a pain to get everything in and around. So I don't think this gets to be here. I think it'll be fine. And then this... Yeah, we don't want any of that happening here at all. Because the plan is... Yeah, that's right, because all of these guys were moving back a bit. And this lets me get... Oh, that hitboxes was confusing me. Okay, sure. Here is... Does that also mean it's... Yes, okay, fine. Move these guys back. put these guys like here. No, that's not going to fit, is it? Say there and there. And now they are aligned, which is good. And then this is going to be more inserters than you guys need or deserve, but it's fine. And then, yeah, this acidic water needs to go somewhere else. But we've now got an issue with the steam as well. Cool. Yeah, I think we're gonna replug all of that. Never mind. This acidic water also needs to continue over because we're... Oh, no, it doesn't. Because we're not necessarily doing... Yeah, the other thing I haven't looked at is exactly how much of... Yeah, exactly how much oil... Yeah, how much carbon-infused kerosene separation I need versus how much sulfuric... or how much sulfur-driven processing we're pushing out. Okay, so this can now be a pattern we're using to get coal in here, and now we can do kind of a direct insert thing into the... into here. We still need... Where does this actually connect? Oh, it connects through here. Cool, hitboxes. These guys need modules, which is not entirely surprising. Do I still have... Where is the mall for this? Do I have speed 3s over here? No, because I grabbed all the speed 3s to do other stuff with. That's fine. Do we just do I need more... Do I need more sulfur now that I have more processing? Quite possibly. Okay, let's first get over here to where we have... Yeah. I think these are going back, but first we kind of need to flip these around the other way and just get some... Actually, I don't have these either. Cool. I just... Yeah, you guys have got... Oh, you don't have very much at all. Okay, I don't know if this is going to get... I don't know if this is going to be enough, but okay, we're getting some. Yeah, we're getting some, is fine, because we still have a water feed around here, right? We've still got this water feed. Actually, we've got a lot of water over here, which we are still going to need to do quite a lot with, because, yeah, all of that we're going to have to line up differently as well. You guys got, yeah, just steam is the thing we are waiting on. Okay. I guess we... Do we just redo all of... Yeah, I think we redo everything about the steam. We redo everything about this section of sulfur. We still have a buffer of sulfur there, which is nice because that was a thing that was, you know, good to have organized. This is an acid gas output. This acid... Actually, I reckon we can just... Here's where that acid gas... That can be a pipe where acid gas does a thing, and it's fine. This acidic water also needs to be here. Didn't I get acidic water out of these guys as well? No, just acid gas. Okay, and then this one gives us both. Yeah, fine, okay. And then this one also gives us both gas and heavy oil, which are probably combining down here somewhere, because that's how that works. What are... I mean, these outputs are still the same collections of things, so that's fine. Were any of these inserters carrying coal? Probably weren't. You don't have sulfur, why not? I guess, okay, so you've still got... Yeah, okay. You've still got the stuff that you were using to... Yeah, you were still holding... You weren't loading any more stuff because you still had the... their fluids were still full, so they weren't grabbing any more things because they couldn't, like, process out the parts they had. I probably could be doing this with... Oh yeah, because these ones didn't want to exist at all. Yeah, I mean, the grid bots are going to do some of that, but I guess a thing we can do in that case, I just first of all don't want any of this stuff, so you guys can have all of that, and then I would also rather that the grid wasn't holding on to, yeah, either coal or crushed coal actually. So over here we're going to request crushed coal, just to drag any of this out of supply, and then also drag coal out of supply as well. Okay, so we've got all those outputs finished. We've got acidic water over here. Is there another acidic water line down here that we need to grab? No. Okay. Then we've got water over here as well. Steam. Steam, I reckon, can go in here. Because here we've got... Yeah, do I actually have... I quite possibly don't have boilers at this point. Yeah, okay, so we're going to need to go back for boilers anyway. But, you know, that's fine. And then if we're going back for boilers, then it kind of didn't matter that we saved this solid fuel to use as an initial fuel source, because we were doing other stuff with it anyway. Never mind. I guess this is also an opportunity to reorganize this train station. Do I want to do this with... I don't think I need to upgrade this train yet. Let's also get rid of these fuel units by making a train use them. And then... Do I have enough silos for this? Yes. Just. And then all of this stuff needs to be kind of rebuilt again as well. That's fine. Yeah, so this gas station no longer needs to be here, does it? This... So I guess we're going to get rid of it. We are going to need to request metal, but I think maybe we do that with... Do we do that with... Oh, that's so much more fuel than you need. Never mind. Oh, actually, we can do this and just have bots get rid of it, and it will go back into the main network, and we'll eventually use it. Maybe. Okay. So we need the boilers. I'm going to presume that this is... In fact... We're getting some decent beacon value here, so I reckon we just throw in some beacons there as well. Because why not? We're just going to get more stuff out. This... can go over here, and then we can get another of these beacons over here, but these are requesting speed module 2s, which we also don't have, which is fine. And then coal, we're also going to need to get in here. Yeah, give me all this stuff back. This is useful stuff that I would like. Is half a belt of coal going to be enough for this? It is half of red belt of coal. We're going to presume that it is. I'm going to kind of spaghetti this stuff through here, I guess. Seems like the sort of thing I do. I think we're actually going to... Is this going to... This is still... So these ones are going to be on the inside. Which is... Yeah, that's kind of worse. Because one of these sides is... How much? 1 every 2 seconds. Yeah, I need to make these two have the same craft weight as the one they're putting into, but I think this is probably enough coal. This might also be just one of the things that we worry about later, rather than specifically now. You know what? By the time we get to here, we can probably just use a belt, because we've got to have a corner anyway. Not there. Okay, let's go back to the mall and get boilers. This is facing the wrong way. Boilers, I've got some initial fuel, maybe some more tanks, maybe some logistic bots if we're doing the metal plates with that stuff. I just wanted to check on how these guys are doing for their engines. And this Blue Science has engines, which is nice, and this Blue Science also has engines, which is nice. And then there is still a train sitting around here with crystals, which is a shame, but it's waiting to go to any crystals request that it can, which is also fine. And then this new engines build is, yeah, a full train of engines. It's fine. Things are just going smoothly. That engine problem is sorted. Actually, let's check the crystals as well, because the crystals, that's not crystals. Crystals are over here. Yeah, crystals. Currently, we have enough, but we are also kind of blocked on just not processing the outputs, which is an interesting place for crystals production to be. Oh, and actually, these guys are just stuck on not loading, yeah, the output's fast enough. Oh well, never mind. Okay. We still don't have, yeah, we might be a little bit unhappy for red chips. I wanted some boilers. I don't know if I have any of these sitting around anymore. Oh yeah, we've got some sitting around. And then I think that's okay. And then there's just also a bunch of stuff that we should probably just get out of our inventory. I don't know if I'm doing anything with coal on this network. That all might just be staying, which would be a bit of a shame. Don't need ingot factories. Actually, let's request some more of these Stokes 2s, because we are doing useful Stokes 2 things. And then inventory is a mess. I think that's fine. Oh, do we have any more speed module 2s? Yes. That is good. Okay, but we don't have Stokes module 2s. We are blasting all the Stokes module 2s into these. Yeah, this is still just a red and blue chips thing? Item ingredient shortage. Why? Because I'm seeing both red and blue chips in that box. But then stuff isn't processing, so wait, oh, module frames? Module frames also because, yeah, module cores because module frames, which is also because of red chips. So that is still just the red chips issue. And as long as the beacons keep going and all of this kind of runs, it's probably fine. And that these guys are probably all stopped because we don't have the satellites we need. But that's also, yeah, all of that is just going to be the red chips issue, which I should fix but haven't. And yeah, let's go and make this acid build work. We are still in the main, we are still in that side grid, so we should be able to just have bots bring us more pipes. Yeah, so I have some amount of crushed coal. Okay, and then these guys over here also wanted to be, yeah, we're going to speed module these guys as well. Probably, yeah, I did want to Stokes these, didn't I? But we also didn't have that many Stokes modules. Never mind, moving on. Okay, so we've got all of this allegedly working, other than the steam that we need to put in here. How much steam do we need? 40 steam every 5, so it's 8 steam a second per craft weight, and we're looking at, like, that's maybe 6. These guys don't need steam. Yeah, so I reckon we could just give this like 4 or 5. Where did those things go? Here they are. Negligence. And then we're also just going to have, yeah, we've got some solar fuel in here. We can do that. We've got a water pipe over here, so we can just do like, let's put a pump in here as well. These guys really aren't going to need a pump, are they? We can put a pump on the other end, it'll be fine. Through here, there, pump goes. That's not the water tank. This one here is the water tank, which comes out of something. Where does this one actually go? Because I remember I did have an issue where I was not. Yeah, we ran into some issues with this build before from not venting the water quickly enough. Did I already give you? Yeah, I gave you guys stuff. And then I gave you steam, and now you guys are running and they're not outputting anything, which is also understandable. Okay, so we get, no, we don't get sulfur out, we just get a bunch of fluids out. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, whatever. This is, I'm going to do this slightly differently. We're going to put another tank of this here, just so you guys can keep running. Okay, so we've got to pull all of... Yeah, I think this train station here has to stay for a while, which is a little bit of a shame because it's a bit of a mess. But we should now be getting, yeah, decent amounts of things we need. This one here is a sulfuric acid. No, that one. This one here. Okay. That gas station we don't want. This one here we do actually want here. And I think we're going to use... I think we can use fancy trains. Because this gives us a large capacity, and also means that we can, yeah, just call this a sulfuric acid station, and have these trains turning up from further away. This is going to be in the way now, isn't it? Because we kind of want... I could just get rid of this one, which also wasn't doing anything. Yeah, that's not at all problematic, is it? This one can move. This is all going to be a little bit gross. It's fine. Where did I put the silos? Here I put the silos. And we can have, yeah, silo. Lamps in the way. We don't want that either. This is... Okay, so no trains are going to try and turn up here because we're already blocking the station. But this means we can have a lot of sulfuric acid. We could put a lot of sulfuric acid on a fast train, and then we can take that to places that are further away, which is great. I think we do want to... This whole loop is like water positive, isn't it? Is it? Ah, it was water positive because I was bringing in steam. Whereas now that I've got these boilers up, I think this entire thing is probably going to be water negative, but not sure. Okay, so things we need to put sulfur back on this belt somehow. So let's also just, I guess, sulfur from those two, which isn't what we want. We want sulfur from acid gas and steam. I remember removing this build from exactly the same place and saying, hey, we're going to do this differently, and then apparently deciding we're not going to do it that differently after all, but that's fine. Okay, so I guess we're doing that. Oh no, this one can move. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so now we need the acid gas, which is actually here. Is that... This is going to be... This beacon is going to be in the way, isn't it? Yeah, sure. Because we can also just get steam in like so. That one is going to have to go differently. I kind of want to beacon these guys as well, but I have not set up a good beacon in place. But also, never mind. Okay, so we need to get steam in here as well. Steam... can go there? It's not a thing that feels great. Oh yeah, because this steam is also going to affect the number of boilers we need. This is also going to take a lot of steam. Okay, so I think we deal with that by having... Do I still have pumps? Bots must have pumps. So So we can also pump steam through here to make sure we get steam. We could also just have more boilers over here making more steam, because these guys also need steam, don't they? They do need steam, yeah. So I think we're just going to have, like, one of these is going to be a light oil station, and I think we're also just going to produce more steam. But we do have, yeah, we've got all these resources around the place to kickstart all this stuff now. We just also need to connect these things. I don't even know if these guys are going to... These... Interesting. I was expecting this to definitely have... the things that needed to make everything work, but it apparently doesn't. This one connects... This one here is missing. Okay, that was the one that was feeding this process, which is also fine. Okay, so let's presume that that works. We've got some cracking over here, which is probably not the way we want to be doing that anymore. We do want... Having not really thought about how many, but I think we might just do this with a direct feed pattern, because we can. I'm going to need to come back with some of this stuff, but we need something like this, which should definitely keep up, and then we're going to do this much again here, and just kind of not worry about it, and then, yeah, I think we're... Let's check in on the potentially disastrous red chip situation again. Yeah, we are running that down, which is an issue, because if it dies, then so does the base. This one is less of an issue. It looked like this died and then came back. Yeah, so we were without a bunch of those cores for a while. As long as... Not there. Science is over here. Science is over here. As long as these beacons are... Oh, these aren't the ones that are fully beaconed anyways, these ones. As long as the beacons are still running everything, that's fine. But I think we've got to go do the thing where we find the red chip stations. Actually, the easy way to do that is just from the science. And just kind of delegate some of these trains that are still only half full to go and take things to places. Because having some red chips is better than not having some red chips. And yeah, this is another of... This one is one of those making its way to... Yeah, this one is making its way to the beacons. So that's good. That's the one that we wanted to hit. And that was also a train that had quite a lot. Okay. So yeah, so I think there's going to be a bit of me replumbing this. I think this is also the point where the red chips we build again, and that's going to be more or less the same. I did want to just check on whether or not... Okay, so that's empty. The deuterium is still... But at least this tank is empty. Yeah, we still just... Ah, it's actually full. All of the buffers are actually full. That is a kind of interesting thing that I kind of wasn't anticipating, but I guess at this point we are just... Yeah, we are now using this as a source of fusion tech over all of the other sources. Like, all of these are blocked while there's no space. So I guess that's fine. We're just making... Are we making fusion tech fast enough? Because this is going down. I guess that means some more beacons in here as well, but these guys are power hogs a bit, aren't they? 80 megawatts at minus 80% efficiency. Yeah, so I think we re-beacon that, and we plug in this kind of stuff in a way that's like, this probably isn't going to be interesting, there's probably going to be a bunch of reorganization. Plug in some red chips, and then we'll come back and see the new asset setup. And hopefully the uranium mining isn't dying, because that's another thing we need for beacon supply. Yeah, these guys are good for a while. It's probably fine. But yeah, we did build some engines that are fine. Crystals are still a bit of a thing, but never mind. We'll have another way of getting acid and light oil. And yeah, just more continuing stuff.